In today's video, I'm going to talk about something called cannon crud. This is Annabelle, and Tara's holding Annabelle for me. Annabelle is a pinto, and she has really thin skin. So one of the many disadvantages of a horse with thinner skin is they're more susceptible to something called cannon crud. So if we look at Annabelle's hind legs here, we'll see that there's some kind of gray, greasy dirt on her hind legs here. Beyond more than just the typical, crud that you see on a horse's legs from being in mud and such. Cannon crud is also known as cannon keratosis, and basically it's an overproduction of keratin. Something I found that it's very helpful for getting rid of cannon crud is using one of these super soft curries. It's got two different sides to it, and this side is really fine. Now, what I'll do is I'll gently, because this can be really sensitive to the horse, so I want to make sure that I'm careful, but I'll just sort of scrub it. And you can see it'll come off in clumps, and it's just kind of a greasy texture to it with some chunky stuff on there. And a lot of people will say that it's from a fungus or it's from urine, and that's not true. So it is just from a excess production of keratin and gets deposited here for some reason. I don't know why. I've heard that they can get it anywhere on their body, but it's just mostly found on the cannon bones. But I just give it a little scrubbing with this, and as you can see, that looks a lot better. I can still feel a little bit of it. But I used to have a gelding, and he would get this all the time. And so I thought that it was caused from urine. But then I ended up with this mare who gets it as well. And it's like, well, then I started looking into it and talking to my vet and found that that's not the case. So I'm just gonna scrub it a little bit. Now there's a couple of different things that you can do to manage this. And this mare, it seems like it just always keeps coming back. I don't think there's any way to really truly get rid of it, but you just have to be aware of it and keep it managed. So I have a couple of different things that I will do besides just giving it a nice little curry. This is something that should be done regularly to prevent it from getting built up. If it gets built up too much, it can kind of turn into really hard. It's very difficult to get off if you let it build up too long. So just doing this frequently is really helpful. Now, I certainly don't recommend you having your head this close to your horse's hind legs, but I know my horses, and this is a risk that I'm definitely taking, so I can accomplish this. But definitely be cautious when you're working around horses' hind legs. In addition to using just a soft rubber curry on her legs, I'll also use this product called Calm Coat. And this is great because it's a natural topical spray that you can put on any kind of skin issue. So I'll use this on the legs. I just kind of coat the cannons really evenly, and she doesn't seem to mind it at all, but it seems to really help. I also want to try a product called Coat Defense. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, and I think that might be something for me to try once I'm out of this. So the next thing that I'm going to do, though, I'm not going to put this on today because instead I'm going to actually wash her legs. So I'm going to wash her legs, let that dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply this afterwards. While I'm spraying off Annabelle's hind legs, she's going to be eating her grain out of her feed bag that I absolutely love. I'll be doing a review on these as well soon, so stay tuned for that. One of my vets recommended using Dawn Dish soap for cannon crud, so I'm going to try that today. Anytime I spray a horse's legs, I always start at the ground and work my way up. I never want to just full on spray them. So I'm just going to get a little bit of soap on there. Just going to scrub these really good. I don't do this very often at all. This is actually the first time this year that I've scrubbed them. But, I don't know, once every so often, cleaning them up. Annabelle has super thin skin, so poor thing. She gets hives really bad whenever the bugs are bad. Everything kind of bothers her. But every horse is different. Get a little bit more soap. Yeah. This side. to do anything too abrasive here, so that's why I'm real careful, and I'm only going to use this soft curry. Sometimes I think that you can do too much and that makes it worse. So just enough to get it cleaned up, but not so much that I'm going to make her skin raw. Again, don't stand underneath your horse. Or don't stand with your head by your horse's hind legs. Do as I say, not as I do. You got to know your horse really well to do something like this. And even then, it's risky. It's primarily on the front of the leg, so I don't worry about getting the back too much. Yeah, there's all sorts of funk on this one. I'm going to just sort of there's a couple spots where the hair is missing a little bit. So I just want to be real careful with that. So if you look real close, you can see the little spots underneath there. Those are still little pieces of it. I'm not gonna get too carried away and scrub on this, because again, I don't want to make her raw. What I'm gonna do is wait a couple days and then I'll scrub her legs again and try to get some more of that off. But I don't want to overdo it. Typically I would wait until my horse is dry to put this on, but for demonstration purposes, I'll just stick it on right now. Annabelle. Okay, so this is, my sprayer stopped working really good on this, so it only comes out in a stream. But I'm just gonna coat the leg with this stuff. And since it doesn't come out in a good spray, I'm gonna just sort of rub it on there. This is an essential oil blend. Actually get it on there easier with my hands. Funny, she has a black polka dot on her leg right there. Pintos and Appaloosas, you never know what you're going to see underneath their hair coat. Well, that's it for today's video. Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you do to treat your horses for Cannon Crud. Thanks for watching. Bye.